Hi, right, so you've had my first tip to cold calling, which is about be yourself. That was about your attitude and making sure you have a good call every time by telling yourself you're going to have a good experience. So the second one is do your research. Now, I'm not talking to those of you who work in a call center and have no control over who you call. I'm talking to people who have all the control in the world as to who they call, and you have time to actually do some research before you call. Find out who it is you're supposed to be calling. Understand what the business is all about. All of this is really important for you, because if you're going to get on a phone call to somebody, at least make out like you have looked into them and that you are interested in them as a business. Don't just talk at them about what you do all the time. They're not going to take to that. You know that. You're an individual. You hate it when people try and ram things down your throat. So the best way to be able to put yourself across in a positive way is to show that you have understood who it is you're calling, who the business is you're calling, what they're about. There's so much resource available to you. You know what I'm talking about. Not just their website. You look online at any social media, you can have a look at various types. Now, this is in the book, and I do give you some tips on where to look and what to look for when you are looking out to do your research on a business. Now, I'm just going to refer to a quick image that I've here that I put out on another video before. What you'll see here is this. There's a big circle there, a little circle there, obviously, but here, right here, you've got right in the middle there, you've got your product or service. So when you're gonna reach out to somebody, it's so important that you understand your product or service first. Okay, understand your product or your service. Then from that product or service, understand what the features of your product or your service are. When you understand the features of your product or service, you'll understand why those features can be advantageous to somebody. Now, not all of the features and what they do will be to an advantage to everybody that you call, but some of them might be. One of them might be. You only need one to be something that might be useful or will add value to somebody's business if you can make the link. In order to make the link, you've got to do your research on what's important to the prospect. You do that through your online research, your social media research, talking to other people, mutual connections, networking. Understand what you understand. Now, of course, the amount of research you do is going to be dependent on what size of opportunity it is and how difficult it's going to be to get in there. But ultimately, you should be able to do at least enough, a little bit, to find an in. And an in is what I would call the value proposition. So that is what I'm talking about when I say do your research. Do your research, find out what they're about, connect it to your advantages of your features or of your product or your service, and then speak to them about that. So really, really important that you can see how this works. Your research is crucial to being able to sell your product. No good just knowing your own product. No good just knowing what your own product does. It's only useful if you can see how it fits with them, potential value that you can bring to them. So do your research. Really, really important. Take the time out. It's worth it.